All right. Hey, good morning. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. And the snowstorm, I think, behaving as planned. We'll look at that snowstorm in the southeast as it moves through the area. Let's call it a medium-sized snowstorm. I think a 3 to 5 inch total. It can constitutes a snowstorm, but it's not a panic type thing. And let me just give you a calming, soothing voice because everybody's always convinced. I shouldn't say everybody. There's a group that I get emails from. Oh, why panic over 4 to 6 inches? I said, who's panicking? All right, we're going to look at how much snow is on the way. When is it over? And another warm up. Ben Hayden says, hardly gotten any accumulation. Depends on where you're at. And again, remember, the bulk of this comes from now through this evening, and I will show that to you as we get into it. So first off, we'll start off with the official advisories. Winter weather advisory in the purple, Genesee County, Lapeer County. Now, I should remind you that in the thumb, where you're under that green, that's a lakeshore flood advisory, also under a winter weather advisory, but we can only show obviously one color. And then it extends back to the south and west, Lansing, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Jackson, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, all in that winter weather advisory. Grand Rapids not in the winter weather advisory. So a couple of key cities to key in on. Grand Rapids not in the winter weather advisory, and Saginaw not in the winter weather advisory. Bay City or Midland either. So that kind of shows you the dividing line between where the snow is significant enough that the Weather Service thinks there should be a winter weather advisory. Here's a look at the radar right now. And southeast, you do indeed have kind of a lull, and you haven't had much. And then where you see the green, that is where the heavier, we'll call it a moderate snow in that area. Hey, good morning, Antoinette Conway and Tori Wessener. Good morning, New Lothrop. And Howell checking in. Janet Ellsworth, good morning. Bliss Shimmering Moon. I like that name if it's the real name. Says, let it snow, let it snow. Elizabeth Plate in Muskegon, you're not going to get much out of this, except you could get some lake effect. So there's the current radar. And you can see that the snow is setting up in the places that it's supposed to set up. Now we'll look at my favorite model in the short term when we have a storm system upon us. And this is called the High Resolution Rapid Refresh. We get it every hour, and it runs hour by hour. So here's your radar forecast: 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, noon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. What you're getting out of this is there's one little wave of snowfall, maybe a touch of a lull in some places late morning, and then really for the southeast, it's a noon until it ends type snow. We're at 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, and midnight. Midnight, it's just about done. So in the southeast, we go back to your evening drive. Try to sneak out of work early because it'll take you some time. There's the snowfall. Hey, Mike Boyle in the city of Flint, good morning. Paul Robertson, good morning. Wayne Lynch, is Metro Detroit Airport in the crosshairs? Crosshairs, yes, I would say so eventually, and this afternoon is when the heaviest snow would fall there. Probably visibility is down to about a half mile at times. Here is the European model. You know, we always like to show you that and show you the difference, and to show you also maybe in the extended term. Well, we can't go out in the extended term on this one, but here we are. This is Wednesday afternoon, 1 o'clock. This is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can kind of see that the European also indicates right in there, 4 to 7, more of a moderate snow in the southeast, in Ann Arbor, in Detroit, in Monroe, and in the thumb. Yep, Pamela Todoroff, 1.5 inches in Pontiac. Thanks for the report. So Pontiac, you're going to total out 3 to 5, probably more on the 4 and 5, because you do have a burst coming through the afternoon that's a little steadier. This is tomorrow morning, and then the lake effect kicks in on the west side of the state, more likely on the northwest side, but also west of 131 down along the shoreline. And as we go into Friday, the lake effect continues in the northern parts of the state. And if you're traveling this weekend, the weekend right now looks pretty dry with a significant warm-up coming once again. All right, so this is, I think, a graphic that you've come to like, and it's where I can toggle between any different number of models that I want to show you. So I'm going to show you 3 models. I'm going to show you the European model. We've looked at that a lot. I'm going to show you what we call the NAM, North American Model - WRF Weather Research and Forecast. It's a good model in the short term. And I'm going to show you the high resolution rapid refresh, which surprisingly is the lowest. Usually it's one of the better ones. It might be right. Dina McCormick, what's it look like for Caseville accumulation? I call Caseville probably 2 to 4 inches. Megan Bushong, probably Claire, an inch, maybe. Monroe County, you're in the heaviest, another 3 to 5. Greg Chase, good morning, Ann Arbor, 3 to 5, all totaled by the time it's done midnight. So here we are. Let's go to the comparisons now. And let me scooch this a little bit just so you can see it in the active areas. Okay, so we're looking at the European right now, and it says in additional snowfall, Okay, and it says in additional snowfall, it's a 3 to 5 additional inches of snow in the southeast, and then a thin band of 1 to 2 inches, and then tapers off pretty quickly, okay? Now, let's go to the WRF. I've liked this one all along, and it's about 3-4 isolated spots of 5 inches, also from Flint to the Thumb, to Detroit, to Ann Arbor, to Monroe, down through Jackson and Lansing. And then it's got that same spot that tapers off rapidly to 1 or 2 inches to nothing. That taper off zone, again, Saginaw area, Bay City, Midland, Grand Rapids, and southeast of Grand Rapids. Hey, Israel Cisneros, do you have to be a lawyer first to be a meteorologist? No, you have to be a meteorologist first to be a lawyer, because I've known a couple of meteorologists that have turned into lawyers. And we don't lie. Actually, we're going to be right on with this one. So we're actually quite phenomenal. Thank you very much. Let's see. Plainwell, 3 inches. Yes, the southwest corner, I've heard, has had up to 4 inches so far in Van Buren County. That's kind of the outlier so far. Wayland area, that one's going to be 3 to 5 inches also. So this is the high resolution rapid refresh that I'm showing you now, and it's usually pretty good. And it's lighter in the southeast, lighter in Detroit and Ann Arbor with only an additional inch. I find that hard to believe. I think you're probably going to get into at least to probably 3 or 4 additional inches of snowfall as the afternoon comes on. Okay. Wow, Saigon, Vietnam checking in this morning. So that's pretty incredible. So let's go back to the WRF and let's use that really as the snowfall amount of choice. And let's see, Mount Pleasant, not much, trace to an inch. Utica, that's in the southeast. You're another 3 to 5. Donna Greyerbile, how much in Ann Arbor already? I haven't seen a report out of Ann Arbor. I've seen just a few reports. Farmington Hills, 1.4. So I'm assuming Ann Arbor is around an inch or so. Is this the rest for the rest of the winter? No, I don't think so. I do actually have, let me go to one more slide for you here, folks. And this is the 6 to 10 day forecast. And this is something I wanted to show you, is that March 2nd to 6th, strong chance of warmer than average weather. There you go, Danielle Marie. Lawyers are paid to lie. No, I think actually both industries are probably paid to be as accurate as possible. Lawyers just have a bad name, and hopefully meteorologists don't have quite as that reputation, but I think we do at times. Kalamazoo. Okay, so there you have the warmth. Let's go back to the snowfall total map off of the wharf. We'll leave it there for you. Bay City, 1, maybe 2 inches of snowfall. Jackson, another 3 to 5, and the 5 might be stretching it. You're probably 3 or 4. Total Lansing, I would call it 3 or 4 inches in Lansing. When will the storm end in Clarkston, Antoinette, Mersonian? This evening by midnight. It should be over in Clarkston, probably ending between 10 and midnight or so. Where are you getting the snow maps? I get them from a service called weathermodels.com. For the average person, I think it's $10 a month. Oliver Beck, Ann Arbor, 3 to 5 inches. Jim Kidder checking in from Panama. I've been there. That's a nice place, a nice clean place too. Expecting flight delays at DTW Metro? I don't know. I don't predict the airlines. I can say half-mile visibility and moderate snow this afternoon. Usually things slow down there. Probably would be a 6 to 8 hour slowdown. Jenny Sea Monster, Flint, 2 to 4 inches, let's call it. And I probably wouldn't focus on the 4, but if you're southeast of Flint, Grand Blanc, Goodrich, southeast corner of Genesee County, maybe the 4 inches. Carol Rittering, Grand Rapids, an inch or so. Now, tomorrow when the lake effect develops, you might get areas of 1 or 2 inches also. Coldwater, 3 to 5 inches still coming. Alpena, not much, less than an inch, I think it would be. Betsy Pearson, Jackson, 3 to 5 inches additional. Mount Morris, 2 or 3 inches additional. Duran, probably 2 to 4 inches also. Peck Sandusky area, I would say you're 3 to 5 additional inches of snowfall. Hey, good morning, Monica Hadley. Livonia, 3 to 5 inches additional snowfall by midnight. Raquel Ashmore, when will the storm end? It'll end by midnight. Depending on where you're at, tapering off on the west side of the state by 6 this evening. Let's say Lansing by 8, 9, and on the east side of the state by midnight or so. Hey, good morning, Patty Savage from Midland. Slop here, Novi, says Margaret Laurel. So, there you have storm pretty well working as expected. Moderate snowstorm. Let's call it a total of, the heaviest area will be 4 to 6 inches by the time it's all said and done. 6 will be kind of rare. A lot of 4 and 5s will be in there. Scott Johnston, Homer, Michigan. I think I know where that's at. That's up toward north and west, right? So you won't have much at all. So, thank you for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. We do this every morning. If you're just joining us, keep checking the MLive Facebook page, and then the Facebook algorithms will say, hey, you want to see this stuff. And as soon as I go live in the morning, you'll get an alert on your phone that says MLive is live, and then it'll have my little blurb about what I'm going to be talking about, and you can join in. That's it from here. Take care.